Just a content warning for this episode. This episode includes mentions of rape, religious violence, religious hate, caste-based violence, caste-based hate. If those are things you would prefer not to listen about, please listen to another episode.
Hello, this is Taha.
This is Anaina.
This is Movie Masala.
And we're here to yap at you about films we watched recently.
And today we're doing
Santosh, directed and written by Sandhya Suri.
तेरे जैसी औरतों के लिए सरकार की एक स्कीम है जिसे आश्रित कोटा कहते हैं। मतलब कि पुलिस वाले की विधवा होने के नाते तुझे रमन की नौकरी मिलेगी।
कांस्टेबल नाम क्या बताया? संतोष।
नहीं आई है वो यहाँ और घंटा उसको कुछ ना पता है.
So, I'm going to start off by saying this is an Indian film, as the title suggests, Santosh. But what's interesting is in every film circuit, it was put up as a British film because it's produced entirely by, British funding, such as the BFI and BBC,
okay.
which is really funny and really telling once you find out what the film is about.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
It is critical of the Indian government.
Well, true, it's critical of Indian governance,
Okay.
but specifically the police systems, and it depicts harsh police brutality and how the policing system in India works. Right. So written, directed by Sandhya Suri, and it is about the titular character Santosh, who is this woman whose husband has been killed while on duty as a policeman as well. And something I didn't know as well, which I found out through the film, I don't know if it's real or not. If on-duty policeman dies, his wife can take on his police ship
What?
and become a police officer herself and get training or whatever. But yeah, anyway. And so that's basically what happens with Santosh. And the film is about her experience as a police officer. And I'm not going to give away much of the plot because it's really interesting to discover as you go along. But what I will say is that at every stage of the plot, a different kind of inequality and discrimination and oppression within Indian society is revealed, with something as similar as seeing how hotels look in lower class poverty-stricken areas in India. And I think it talks about issues apart from police brutality, such as, caste issues, the ill treatment of Dalit people, not just by the police, but generally in society as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the extreme violence with which Muslim people are treated with and spoken of as well. And yeah, it lays bare every single thing about Indian society that is shameful for any Indian who has half a heart.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it does all of this through this narrative of a policewoman trying to solve the case or find justice for the death and rape of this Dalit girl. And so I think there's so much irony laden in every single action because she's trying to find justice for this Dalit girl. But the reason the Dalit girl is dead is because her father's complaint of her being missing wasn't registered.
It highlights the systemic issues which cause the crime itself and
Exactly.
how it permeates throughout
Exactly.
society in that sense.
Yeah. And speaks a lot to this narrative of women empowerment by putting women in kind of male-dominated spaces through this character of the Sharma Madam Ji, who's like a high-level police officer who kind of trains Santosh
Yeah.
to be a good police officer. But they're both part of the system. Sharma Madam is not teaching Santosh how to be an empowered woman in her own right, but rather is teaching her how to fit in within the systems of policing that are so
Be
male-dominated.
another cog in the machine. You have to become the oppressor in order to fit in with the oppressor.
Exactly, right. So it also kind of really subtly, not really subtly, I think it's quite on the nose if you think about it, about how in Indian society and in general as well, within like a neoliberalist frame, women are told that they'll be free and liberated if they work and if they, are strong and powerful. But it's like, why is that the condition for a woman being free? So I
Exactly.
think it really beautifully highlights that as well. And it's really weird to say anything about this film is beautiful just because of how gruesome and how harrowing it is for 2 hours and 10 minutes. You're constantly sat there going, dear God, I want this to end. You become viscerally uncomfortable and unsettled. And I think that's the point. I think a lot of Indian films shy away. Either they shy away from showing the realities of topics that they're talking about, or you are left with Slumdog Millionaire poverty porn.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a really, really good film to talk about all the issues it talks about. And I love the fact that it's not a whodunit. We are
Okay.
not concerned about who killed.
It's a why done it.
Exactly. Or it's a why do we not know who did it?
Okay, fair.
Right.
Fair.
Because so the person who ends up being accused of the crime, spoiler alert, which I don't think should be that much of a spoiler alert, is not the person who actually did it.
Okay.
And when we do find out who did do it,
Mhm.
there is no dramatic accusatory moment of, oh my God, you did it. You will get the justice you deserve now. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of build up to maybe getting that kind of point, but it never is, which is what makes it a really, really bleak film to watch.
Like there's no catharsis at the end for you
Exactly.
to
There's
take
no
away.
catharsis for it at the end, except Santosh quits her job as a police officer and decides to move back home with her family. But, and spoiler alert, she doesn't. She decides to go to Mumbai instead, which is not a completely happy or hopeful ending because Mumbai has its own problems, as we have seen, as anyone who's seen All We Imagine Is Light.
Mhm.
But I think the film resists a happy ending, a hopeful ending for
Okay.
society
Mhm.
as a whole. But it does give a glimmer of improvement in Santosh's life and Santosh's outlook towards things. Because she wouldn't have quit her job if she hadn't seen herself being so complicit in such horrific systems of oppression. So I think, yeah, this film is really, really well written. And it's long. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes is not realistically not that long,
Especially for an Indian film as
especially for an Indian film. But this feels longer than it actually
yeah.
is.
I
And
can
it-
assume why.
yeah, and it's slow. It's really, really slow, which I've read people being disappointed about. But I'd just like to point out, this is not a Bollywood film. This is not a film that is meant to entertain. This is a film that is meant to make you feel shit. It's meant to make you feel like shit. And I think everyone could do the film like that once in a while, especially for those of us Indians who live in our bubbles
Yeah.
of upper middle class, upper caste
Yeah.
lives.
Is simultaneously reminding me of something like PK, which is like a fish out of water kind of in this new scenario. And you're using that character to dismantle, in that film, religion and like the perils of the blind faith system. While also the ending reminded me of Hannah Gadsby's Nanette. I don't know if people have seen it, but it's basically a stand-up special where it's funny. It's genuinely really funny and it does its job. But at the end, it just leaves you feeling like shit at the end. Or a better film example, which also really fits in with what you're talking about, is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which has very similar themes, very similar arcs as well. And doesn't leave you with this sense of catharsis, but ultimately is more highlighting the systemic issues within society as well as being a character study. It's much more, not society progresses, but this one person at the end, here Frances McDormand, progresses at the end. And I think the reason I talk about, and I'm linking it back, is it creates this sense where you feel bad. The goal of a film at the end, why you want happy ending, why you want all of these things, is you can walk off thinking that, oh, things are done and I can put this away now. But when films don't give you that catharsis, or like a stand-up special specifically doesn't give you that catharsis, you're stuck feeling that way. It never goes away. It never book ties that. And it's important in a film like that because it underscores more fundamentally that some of these things don't have necessarily happy endings, or even if the point of like, oh my God, the crime was solved, everything was okay, it still doesn't fundamentally solve the underlying issue. And that is where that catharsis, I feel, is really important in a film in general.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Which is like, if the film is not leaving you with the desired result, you're forced to think about what will. And I think that's really important because those are like realist films. And I'm not saying every film has to be a realist film, but it's really important to have, sometimes a film like that. And I think Santosh is one of them. I'm going to loop this around to the beginning, which brings me back to why it's funded entirely by British institutions and producers. No one in India was going to fund this.
Yeah, that
one.
sucks.
Because their offices would have gotten trashed. If you're an Indian listening to this, you know what I mean. Their offices would have gotten trashed. The people would have been beat up. The filmmaker would have probably been put under protection from the police rather than by the police. I think it's really disappointing in that sense that this kind of film still cannot get made or will not get made in India. I don't think it's even being released in India, which is a shame. And if it will, it'll be under severe cuts.
It feels like the place which needs it the most is robbed
and
of it.
I'm speculating on why it wasn't funded in India. It could have been that the director is British and it works out of Britain, etc. But it just feels like too big of a coincidence. So yeah, I definitely think this is a film everyone should be watching for more reasons than one, especially if you are Indian and recognize that you are a part of a system that gives you so much privilege that needs to be checked a lot and quite often. But yeah.
So those were our thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. This podcast is produced solely by us. Musical assets from Pixabay. See you again next time.
Bye-bye.